you have two choices. It's either you're funneling your freedom or you're financing your genocide. There is no gray area.
Say that again. Come again.
I like that.
Come again.
It's either you're funneling your freedom or you're fueling your genocide.
Ooh.
You know, there's really no gray area.
I see, Blade.
Genghis Khan?
Where you get that from? It's not Blade safe. Where you get it from?
It's actually me.
You're too lying.
I like that.
I made a post because
I'm gonna Google that.
No, because I was watching. That came the night when I saw the video of George Floyd. That's when I thought about that, and I typed this long thing and then I deleted it. Sometimes I just needed to get it out, so I had this long-winded. Let me type this stuff, and then I deleted it and I went live. All right, but the thing back to what Chris was saying is that I agree with majority of what you're saying, except like right now I'm at the position where we need to restructure how we vote. We need to reassess how we vote. Right? We have been since I came here again 20-something years. It's like if you're black and you vote Republican or something like that, it's like you commit the ultimate sin. Right? It's like that's how it's structured. Mm-hmm. But I'm looking at people who effectively get their agendas passed in the voting process. Take, for example, the NRA. Mm-hmm. Members of the NRA don't care if you're a Republican or if you're a Democrat. They want to know, are you backing their agenda?
Dollar bill, that's all it is.
Then they are putting the money behind whoever it is that's backing their agenda, right? I think a more effective approach for us as a community right now is to vote as a united front, to vote as a collective. But in doing so, we have to be united. We have to get to the part where we're united. We have to get to the part where we can approach from politicians, from constables, from judges, from at every level of government where you're elected. We have to have this conversation and have a representative there to ask the questions that matter to us as a community. And if that person is willing to meet these requirements that we have, then you'll get our vote, then you'll get our financial resources to get elected. But if you are not, then we move on to the next person. If there's nobody there to represent us, then we put a representative right there to go ahead and run for that office.
Right.
But the us just voting down the ticket because they're Democrat or voting down the ticket because they're Republican, it hasn't worked for us. It has not worked for us. Right. And we have to do something different, right? Insanity, doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. It's not going to happen.
It's Einstein said it's not you, so you can't.
Yeah, that's Einstein this time.
Okay, all right. Okay.
You know, that's kind of where I'm at right now when it comes to voting.
Right.
Being more effective with the way that we vote.
I agree with you what you're saying about voting. I do not think that any political party should be able to say, you know what, we have the black vote in the bag, we don't have to worry about it. I honestly want there to be a real competition for black votes between Democrats and Republicans. I don't think the Republican Party of today, as we sit right now, has a single thing to offer any black people, but that's just right now.
But the funny thing is that they don't realize that they could actually own the black vote because by nature, black people are extremely conservative.
20 minutes, my turn.
Yes,
but you are right. Black people are socialist conservative, generally speaking. So that but because that they don't not only do they not try, they're openly hostile, and I'm speaking generally. So yes, we're always asking a candidate, what's your black agenda? What's your black agenda? We should never have to ask that question because you know what? We should have our agenda outlined and say these are the things we want. These are our asks in criminal justice, in economics, in education, and these are the things. Now, who going to sign on to our agenda? And that is the person that gets our vote. Right? We're not ask everybody to come up with their agenda. No,
we have our top 10 things. We have our top 20 list. We have the things that you need to address Are you going to address these? We don't need a verbal agreement. We don't need it to give us empty promises. We need your signature on this.
Right.
Just like if you were dealing with the NRA and there's a level of accountability that you have to adhere to, and that's what we want.
And another thing, where we tend to fail, and I saw this clear as day with Barack Obama, is we get all the hype in the world to go and vote, and we think it done us up. And then we just sit back and think these things were to get done. No, the vote, that's the beginning of your activism. It doesn't finish there. We can talk about, the LGBT community. Not people just running to just give them certain things because they were on people's ass, so to speak, about these issues, right? And they only supported certain candidates and they stayed on them again and again and again and make sure that their agenda got passed. So I'm just using that as an example of a particular interest group with a particular set of concerns. We have to be active way after we vote. After we vote, we need to be in there with legislation, know what's being voted on, call them, email them, show up at the office, and hold their feet to the fire to make sure that these things get done. Our activism does not stop once we vote for somebody. We have to stay on them until they do the things that we ask them to do, that we demand for them to do. And if they don't, elections are every year. We move asses out of office. Plain and simple. That's what we have to do.